Jesus St. Peter. This is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Так, неожиданное отключение. Всем привет, с вами Волк23, и мы продолжаем играть в Kingdom Come Deliverance. Тут у нас убийство. Придется замазать. Черт. Это игра YouTube. Не бань. Так, что у нас бой на мечах. Я тут немножко все-таки каким-то чудом прокачался. Перебой звука единичка. У меня введение боя 9 стало, защита 18, бой без оружия 4, голова 2, бой мечом 10. Я научился сражаться, наконец-то меня обучил основным тактикам боя, так сказать. Наш наставник. Поэтому я очень также прокачал чтение, изучил его. У меня девочки тут. Словет, диванная подушка, зубрила. Также Влад оделся немножко. так все потихоньку.
What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. Could they have bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him? That would explain why he didn't scream.
У нас расследование небольшое.
All above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. How come no one heard anything? Judas. Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Да, кстати, странная надпись получается. Читать-то никто в эти времена-то особо не умел. А тут
Judas.
прям написано Иуда.
Looks like this is meant to be a warning. But for who? And why? Maybe the gang had a falling out. But a bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day.
Но мы не гордые. В принципе. Куда ты ложишься? Алло. Ну вот так всегда. Хочешь осмотреться, а в итоге...
A bed.
Ничего красть не надо. Здесь только неприятностей не хватало. Так, и чтоб никто не видел. Будем красть. Что тут осмотреть?
Nothing here.
Отлично. Ничего нет. Так, тут ничего не было. Я думал, просто записка может быть какая-нибудь припрятана. Еще чего. Говорят, он... Интересно. Ничего. Да. Делаем так. А, то есть мне... Ой-ой-ой. Так, мне надо у всех поспрашивать. Тоже ничего интересного. Так. Я вот это вот закрою. Дым. Дом растет. Кто может что знать? Кстати, да, я еще немножко карту пооткрывал. У меня задания были интересные. Один турнир выиграл. Лошадь, я не помню, показывал, не показывал, то что получил. А, да, показывал. Когда мы спасли сына пана. Я у него лошадь подарил. Так. Мне кажется, надо к писарю идти. Хотя... Церковь. Пойдем-ка мы пойдемся в церковь. Ой. Вот ты! Алло. Лютя. Лютя. Поговори.
I'll be with you.
I've come in the name.
Garanish gives a job like that to a young fella like you. Well, what do I care? Ask.
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living. Oh, maybe now I've got an idea or two.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in church, as it happens.
Вот о чем я и говорил, надо поговорить со священником.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait, are you saying he... Jesus.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no kin. I never saw him with anyone.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
Вот о чем я и говорил, то что в церковь. Мне еще стоит недавно очень. Блин. Да. Красота. Почему? Крестьянка.
God save. How may I help you?
I've come in the name of Sir Hannes of Lyca. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't know how I can help you.
Who was this Lu?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his way.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest. I never saw him do that before. Probably had a bad conscience.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see him all day.
Do you know who...
As far as I know, he had nobody at all.
That's all.
Good luck then.
Ну-ка стоять. Отец святой. Чё это на меня замахиваешься? Алло.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. Can I ask you a few questions? Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubos don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know, and I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
For heaven's sake, Father, can you really look me in the eye and tell me that when you know you may be condemning innocent people to death?
I can. Because if I broke that vow, the consequences would be much worse than if I didn't.
Так, то есть только силой я могу его заставить, да?
The mills of God grind slowly.
I see you know how to wield a sword, Father. I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by, and it helps keep me in good form.
Do you have any work that needs doing?
My dear lad, I have more worries than I can bear. Another pair of shoulders would ease my burden. I have to deal with a local witch.
A witch?
The herb woman, old Gertrude. That devious hag who will stoop to anything. Like all herbalists, for that matter.
Oh, don't tell me. The cows are giving blood instead of milk, and babies are being born with 2 heads and a tail.
This is no laughing matter. Gertrude isn't evil. She just has peculiar ideas about what's good for people. A little bird told me she incited some Ujet's women to witchery.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to go and see her and find out what she's been up to. I know she lives in fear of the Holy Church, so tell her I sent you. That will make her talk and think twice about encouraging witchcraft. If you learn that she truly did involve folk in some foolishness, find out all you can and deal with it.
Consider it done.
Good. And never fear. I'm a man who always pays his debts. You'll find Gertrude...
Хорошо, сейчас пойдем за травницей тогда получается. О, играть с дьяволом. Ух, как звучит-то. Открепимся немножко и... в календарь. Теперь нам вот сюда вот. Так, лошадь. Поскакали с травницей, разберемся. Да, конечно, застрянь. Мы можем. Да господи. Знаешь что? Как неожиданно! Телепортирующаяся лошадь. Так, ищем травницу. Театр. Так. Бифайс, да, сейчас. Отлично, кстати, у меня там ничего нету. Так, нет, ничего нету. Отлично. Скачи мой конь. Вот ты травница, да?
God preserve you, good knight. Can I do something for you?
I've come from the priest. They're saying you incited some women to witchcraft.
Me? Witchcraft? That's nothing but idle chatter.
Speak up, you old hag, or I'll wring your neck.
Easy now, lad. Do you really mean to threaten an old woman like me? But, very well. I'll tell you all I know. I've done a very foolish thing. It's preying on my mind so much I can't sleep a wink.
Well, I'm supposed to believe an old witch has pangs of conscience.
Laugh if you like, but it's not a word of a lie. You probably know I sell various magic lotions and potions alongside my herbs. Well, there's one I wish I hadn't sold. You see, Vera, Zlata, and Kuta from Uzhitz wanted a magic ointment from me. I kept refusing them, but in the end, I let them talk me into it.
What kind of ointment was it?
One that will show you a world no one else can see, a place of wonder and terror. The flowers might start talking to you, or the earth could swallow you up. I don't know if it's the work of the devil or of God himself, but the ointment has that power. But it could poison any person who doesn't know how to use it right.
So all this talk of witches anointing themselves and then flying to their sabbaths on broomsticks.
The ointment could make a person see some strange. But it was stupid of me letting those foolish women get their hands on it. They could poison themselves or fall off a cliff while they're lost in a dream.
Will you give me the ointment recipe?
It contains belladonna and the herb Paris, both quite poisonous plants. That ought to make you think twice about dabbling with it.
So why did you give them the ointment at all?
Because I'm soft-hearted. You see, one of those women, Vera, lost her whole family in Skalitz. And Zlata's husband was killed. And the youngest of them, Kuta, miscarried with the horror of it all. They said they wanted to use the ointment to speak with the dead and ask them to put a word in with the Lord.
Yeah. I understand how they feel. But I reckon it'll get them nowhere but the ducking stool and the stake.
Judge not, lest ye be judged. I didn't want to give them the ointment, but they offered me a pile of groschen. So I thought how desperate they must be, and I heard their plea.
Their plea or the clink of their coin? And why are you so worried about them all of a sudden? What changed your mind?
I'm losing sleep over it. Firstly, those women don't know what they're doing. And secondly, folk might see it as witchcraft. And do you know what they do to witches?
They burn them alive.
That they do. So don't be surprised I'm worried.
It didn't bother you before, though. What did they want the ointment for?
Each one of them lost a loved one recently, and it's grieving them.
I've heard enough.
If you've heard enough, you must understand why I need your help. Find out from those women what they...
Very well.
Thank God bless.
Would you teach me some...
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right. Now. Goodbye.
Would you teach me something about medicinal herbs?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more...
Wouldn't you rather...
Понятно.
Well,
Goodbye.
Так, последнее, мне нужна эта мазь.
God bless.
Это что? Интересно. Интересно. Так, понятно. Теперь я перевешен. О, блин, перегружен. Идем в... Так, нет, не в лошадь. Сначала мы... Лошадь. Выкинуть нужно. Выкинуть. 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 Мгм. Читаем. Будем почитать. Присядем, да будем читать. Почему пацанам? Ой, так, погнали. Рецепт. 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 Ага. Вот так. Интересно. Все, чё? Я не могу бежать, потому что перегружен. Господи. Так, ну. Отлично. Так, что мы делаем? Либо следить за женщинами. За женщинами, значит, следить. Так. Ну, белого шоколада. В принципе, неплохо. Так, следующий мы сюда бежим. Идем с женщинами разговаривать. Надеюсь, они будут все в здравии. И все хорошо будут относиться ко мне. Иначе это будет печаль. Бить женщин я бы не хотел. На этом месте, я думаю, мы закончим. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Еще увидимся. Пока-пока.